want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
That opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. You make the way, Kick Dig back here. Welcome to another day of practice as we get closer to the first preseason game this Saturday. What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. Should be an interesting day. Can Darius Cooper repeat that practice he had yesterday? Can he keep with this streak? That's what I want to know. What is happening, everybody? Chris North, what's going on? Trav, Twitch, my man. John Blick, Dylan Jordan, what's going on? Donor Money Man, Bleeding Kelly Green, Texas Eagle fan, what's going on? Charlotte, Real Rich, what's happening? Daniel Ruiz, Brandon, Chris Crown, thank you for being here. Trav, YouTube Pump Life, thank you so much for the super chat, man. First of the day, appreciate it. Good morning, 500. Good morning, my man. Poland, what's going on? Ralph, Jay, and I saw what you saw. I saw what you wrote. The Eagle about Philly. Darius, Filioso, my man, what's going on? Caleb, Jeff, the Boneheads, what's happening? Holland, Eddie, Jinx, Daniel, thanks for being here. Clark is here. Caleb, thank you guys for being here. Charles, Big D, I appreciate it. It's good to see everybody. It'll be an interesting day. I don't know if they're going to go as hard and as long, pause, no Diddy, as yesterday, but we will see nonetheless. What up, Big D? How are you? I'm gonna go see what's happening right here, right now, because yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen any of the injury reports or anything. I know Fangio was speaking at a press conference. He was talking glowingly of Jalen Hurts looking faster, looking good this camp. He says Grenard's going to be out a few more weeks with the tricep, so that's not surprising. Fangio says he's been impressed by Jalen Hurts so far in training camp. Says a lot is made of all the different OCs that Hurts has had, but it's basically been the same offense over the years. Fangio says this year is a big change, and Hurts is handling it well. That's good. Fangio also said veteran corner Jonathan Jones' shoulder is going to miss some time. Willie Lampkin is in practice. We'll kind of go through this. I did hear Fangio myself, because I caught the end of it, said that some of the starters are going to probably play on defense. John Clark wrote this. It sounds like we will see some of the defensive starters Saturday night in the Eagles' first preseason game in Baltimore. So we're going to see some of the guys who I don't know, and we will see. And let me see what you guys are saying here. Darius Cooper touchdown. That's all my guy does, man. Darius Cooper is a stud. Stud, like we've said before. All I know is this. He just got to keep on going out there, keep on playing well, and eventually they're going to have to play him. He's going to force their hand. Let's see here. So it's a windy morning, South Philly. Jake Elliott, perfect 6 for 6 during field goals. So they had talked to Jake Elliott, and it was interesting because he was saying that he basically thinks he's going to have a bounce back year, and he still has his confidence. We'll see. So they're doing ball security drills right now. Is it full? I don't know if it's full practice or not. I can't tell. I think they were in full practice, full pads yesterday. Saturday they did a scrimmage. So they've had a couple like really tough days of practice. And they got to practice today. They have a walkthrough tomorrow, so we won't be live tomorrow. Thursday they're back at practice. Then Friday I don't think they're going to practice, or it'll be closed walkthrough. You are Bernard going to start at the edge? You think so? Smitty, Wicks, Cooper starting wide receivers. Yeah, I was listening to a little bit of Jacob Media, John McMullen, and Xander talk about Darius Cooper, and he was basically saying that even though Cooper has been the best receiver, the Eagles aren't going to give him a chance. When Lemon's ready to go, he'll go. And he may be right to a certain extent. But the thing with Cooper is he's just got to go and keep doing what he's doing. Eventually, he'll get his way on the field. But John did say one thing I thought was really interesting was that Darius Cooper doesn't get the chance or the chances to go and play with the ones if Mekhi Lemon isn't hurt. So Lemon being injured might have created the opportunity for Darius Cooper, who's taking advantage of it. Buzz, what's going on? How are you? Mav is officially announcing his eligibility to WNBA draft. I would like to formally announce my eligibility to being drafted in the WNBA. I will enter the WNBA draft as well. I am doing that today, officially. I am joining and I am declaring myself eligible for the WNBA draft. Wide receivers Smith, Lemon, Cooper, Wilson, Wicks, and more. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden the receiver situation doesn't look that bad at all, you know? Elliott is always cut to the playoffs. Y'all could be mad at him in the regular season, but when it's crunch time, he shows up. Yeah, fair enough. I'm trying to remember. Like, I think you're right. I think he's hit everything in the Super Bowl and the playoffs. But he's got to be better, though, this year. They'll treat Cooper like Greg Ward. Greg Ward never turned my head the way Darius Cooper has. Nick, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate you. He has to force the Eagles' hands and play him. He does. He's got to take advantage of his opportunities, and he's got to keep doing that. You know, that's the only way. All right. So here's the injury report. Can you guys see this? Make sure you can see it. Will not practice. Danny Gray concussion. Keyshawn James Newby ankle. Jonathan Jones shoulder. Mekhi Lemon hamstring. Pierce hamstring. Devontae Smith hamstring. Johnny Wilson knee. Okay. Wisniewski hamstring. Then Chance Campbell and Covey are limited. We have a ton of hamstring injuries. It's kind of crazy, no? It's kind of crazy. Okay, let's see here. So the Eagles they look like they're in full pads. Yeah, they look like they're in full pads today. Are they fully hit? No, that's the question. Let me line these up here. Willie Lampkin is in pads and looks ready to practice after leaving early on Monday. I think I read that. That's very good. I like to hear that. And we're kind of waiting. They're kind of running through the drills right now. I think Johnny Wilson's going to have a tough time making his team. I mean, he might get back, on the practice squad, but I think it's very hard for him. Johnny Wilson won't make the team if he can't stay on the field. Agreed. I agree. Hopefully, these having injuries in practice will get it out of the way before the season. Yeah, I agree. It's just so weird that it's so many hamstrings, I don't know, man. Best players got to play. Howie's got to be smart. Cooper looks better than Wicks. I don't know even if they start Lemon this year, if Wicks Cooper clear better. I agree with you. I I was only repeating what McMullen was saying. McMullen was saying it doesn't really matter because, if you draft a guy in the first round, you're going to want to play him. And I get it. The NFL is a business like that. But, I mean, dude, if you have a guy that's clearly looks to be as good as Cooper, I mean, Darius Cooper is arguably with Devontae Smith out, the best receiver. He's been the best. So I agree with you. That's why he's just got to keep going out and playing well. Johnny Wilson might have to shift to tight end or he'll get cut. Yeah, do you think he could play tight end though? Like he's tall, skinny, and lanky. Like he needs about 30 pounds to play tight end. In my opinion. James, what's going on? 500 WNBA draft, you must hate on the Eagles. It's a WNBA draft, you must on the Eagles. What do you mean? Why would I hate on the Eagles? I never liked Wilson, to be honest. He's not better than Darius Cooper. Yeah, I like Wilson, but I don't think he's as good. I just don't think he's as good. Wicks is going to go crazy. He's playing outside Cooper as a slot right now. Yeah, exactly. And I think Cooper could be like a stud slot receiver. I think he could be an all-pro slot receiver, Darius Cooper. And I thought that after last year's camp. So yeah, that's the way you play it. You put Darius Cooper in the slot. You put Wicks on the outside. I love it, But the question is what's going to be up with Mekhi Lemon, Should trade Hollywood and a fifth for a fourth, make room. Yeah, we'll see. I think Hollywood Brown's in danger of not even making the team. To be quite honest with you. See, John Clark says Devontae and Mekhi are still out with injuries over a week. Now, I will show you guys, see if I can find it. Earlier, before practice started, Devontae Smith was out there testing his hamstring. So Devontae Smith looks like he's getting close to coming back. I don't know about Lemon, but it looks like he's getting close. This was Devontae earlier today. As practice coming out. This is Devontae Smith earlier today. Tested his hamstring, working it out. So I think Devontae's kind of getting close. I think he's going to be back soon. By the way, this looks, he's moving pretty good out there. Fabio, thank you for the super chat. Wilson is only a good blocker, maybe tight end run block. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I mean, he'll probably end up on the practice squad. Hollywood is owed $5 million even if we cut him. I don't think the Eagles will care about that. To be honest with you, I mean, would you rather like say, oh God, we got to save $5 million. We'll have to keep Hollywood Brown over Darius Cooper? No, you're not going to do that. I'm not saying he's not going to make the team. I'm just saying he could be an odd man out. But then again, it depends on that special teams, right? Like who's a returner? If they're going to keep Covey as a returner and he's going to make the squad as a returner, that's one less wide receiver position that you're going to hold on to. So, if you have Devontae, Wicks, Lemon, Cooper, that's 4, right? You got Elijah Moore's 5. So, if you're going to put Covey as a returner, that's 6. You're probably not keeping 7 wide receivers. So he could end up being the odd man out. Hollywood ain't earned the spot yet. Smitty, Wicks, Cooper, Moore, all been way better. Lemon, a lock to make it. Agreed. And then, like I said, who's the returner? If they're going to put Covey as your returner, well, he's going to get a roster spot as well. So, Hollywood's got to show something, man. Can he return? Can he do returns? Because I don't know if we're going to have defined roles at wide receiver. I see everyone moving around for mismatches. We won't rely solely on talent to make a play. Oh, I think they're going to all move around too. It's just like a guy like Lemon, I wonder on the outside. Like I think Cooper could play both outside and inside. I don't know if Lemon could play outside. Sorry, my wife is texting me. We cut the losses with Hollywood ain't safe. Oh no, he's not safe. The Eagles will eat $5 billion. KSF, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. If Wilson gains 15 pounds and learns to catch, he'd be a quality tight end. I think Cooper backs up Wick because of experience on the field. Go Birds. Yeah, you could be right. And 15 pounds might be done. I mean, he is very tall. So, it's true. But thank you so much for that super chat, my man. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Leon Beck says Lemon is too small for the outside. I don't know. When I look at him, I just think he's going to be a better slot receiver. Let's see. Let's catch up here. Blah, 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 blah. Jake Elliott made all 6 field goals in early special teams drill. The longest was from 50 from the middle of the field. Strong gusts of wind swirling. So that's good sign for Jake Elliott. I like hearing that. There's quarterbacks. After how AJ kept having a negative hamstring thing for years, you got to play it safe with those. Agreed. You don't want to bring a guy back 85%. He's got to be 100%. Y'all really know football Q. Would we get rid of Lemon? Y'all were saying the same dumb thing. Lemon? No, I never said anything about Lemon. They're not going to get rid of Lemon. Lemon's a lock to make the team, but he's not going to go anywhere. Devontae's a lock. Wicks is a lock. Lemon is a lock. Those 3 are locks. Darius Cooper's playing his way on the team. That's 4. Elijah Moore seems to be playing his way on the team. That's 5. Now, do you go 6 wide receivers? And if so, how much does the return game play a factor in that? $50 is the new 35. It does feel that way. Cooper hasn't played in a preseason game this year yet. Cool it. Cool what? Cool what? What are we supposed to cool? Listen, if the guy comes out and he's having a great practice and looks great, you got to say it. I don't understand. You have to say it. If we base where they're at on what we've seen so far, it is what it is. Darius Cooper's making his team, and he's going to do so easy. I agree with you. I think Ringo would be a better safety too, but they don't want to do that. Are you worried about Grenard's injury? Not too much, but I'm concerned. I wouldn't say like worry. I'm not worrying about it, but it's something to keep your eye on. Do you think Cooper will be better? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's impossible for me to say at this point. I just say that in the 2 years that we've seen him, I think he's been very impressive. Lemon's always going to have that. I'm a first round pick, so he's going to get the benefit of doubt, especially early. But I mean, that time we'll see. But Darius Cooper right now, I mean, he's just looking like a needle in a haystack. David, super chat. Dancing on Labor Day and crying at Christmas. It's the Cowboys way. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Dominique says, I made a live. Yes, you did. Finally. Thank you for coming. Hey, 500, I'm the only one a little worried about the O-line. They concern me the most coming to season of the offseason. No, I think that's fair. I mean, after all the injuries and everything that we went through, offensive line, you got to be concerned. I'm concerned every time Cam Jurgens, he came out twice, practice a couple days ago. It concerns me. Landon Dickerson, yeah, I'm very concerned. I do feel like we've got a little depth this year, but no, I think it's fair to be concerned. And I would say that, if they're healthy, I think everything changes. And though you think Howie has something up his sleeve with a trade, I hope it's Crosby. I do. I think Howie has a couple positions where he's going to look to make a move, but they're trying to, they're trying to give it a little bit of time. They want to see if guys, we want to see if guys will, take that position and run with it. Like they asked Fangio about the safety position, Carter and Epps. Now we've heard good things about Carter, but he said the position's still battling. So in a couple weeks, if nobody really takes that safety position, do they go out and get somebody? That's what I think. Let Cooper show it in the regular season. Oh yeah, that's the ultimate test. That's the ultimate test. Jacob says, "Yo, Phil, you think my Steelers will be good?" It depends. It depends on the quarterback. Like old man Roger, can he stay healthy? Can he play at a high level still? I think if he can play at a high level, yeah, I think you could be. Layden's replacement is good. It's looking very promising with Bell. No question about it. Let's see. We ain't gonna see him so we're not gonna see Grenard for a couple weeks. It sounds like. Let's see what we got going on. I don't know how long they're going to practice today. They practiced a long time yesterday, if I remember correctly. Darius Cooper is showing out at every practice. The coach is noticing it. Most importantly, Hurts trusts him to catch a ball. He's hungry and wants to make his team. I agree. I think too, G-Man, like I think it's very impressive what he's doing. Because when you look at coming into camp, they got Elijah Moore, they got Wicks, they got Hollywood Brown, they drafted Makai Lemon. Like they stacked the deck, in my opinion, against him. Like he came in to me the odd man out because those are established. A lot of those are established receivers that have played a decent amount of time in the NFL. He's got to go and rise the depth chart and beat those guys out, and he's done it, and he's been impressive doing it. So, like to me, the jump he's made from a year ago, it's been impressive. I think we need to accept the fact that we may have found a gem, and we may have lucked out with it. That's why I'm never too high or low on players in preseason because you never know what will happen when they play full time. That's fair. I think that's fair. I'll say this with Darius Cooper, it's kind of personal for me because I liked him so much last year, and so what I'm excited. The thing I'm excited the most about Cooper isn't that he's just playing good now. I'm excited that he's taken the big jump. Like he impressed last camp, but he was on the team. He played a little bit at the end of the year. He wasn't too bad. Then he goes into the all season, comes back this year, and he looks like he take another step. I think you can build on that. Yeah, I'll be live streaming the Eagles game, all the Eagles games. I'm not going to do other teams preseason, but I'll be doing the Eagles games. So look for that. That should be fun. I can't wait. I got to work. I got to work on my overlays. I'm glad you reminded me. All right, so no updates right now. No updates. We're gonna probably get to the drills pretty soon. I love Jalen Hunt. I love Jalen Hunt. I just found out Hollywood and Kobe are same age. Really? That's interesting. Darius Cooper's my boy. Yeah, me too. Jalen's always dancing. Gotta love the kid. Hey man, a guy coming to work happy. You gotta love it. We are overcompensated at wide receiver to be safe. What's important is that we don't order the depth chart based on contracts, money, or draft status, but best player. Well, that was the thing that John McMullen was saying, was like, yeah, Darius Cooper's been the best receiver out there, but guess what? It doesn't matter if he's better than Lemon, because when Lemon's ready to play, Lemon's going to play because he's a first round pick. I think those are the kind of things that get teams in trouble when they do things like that. You know? Is Nolan Smith out there? Nolan Smith he's been out there. It's been really quiet with Nolan. The only thing I heard about Nolan was that he yelled at the end of practice yesterday. Nothing much, man. Nothing much. We went through the injury report. It was pretty much the same as yesterday. And we were having a conversation about Darius Cooper and kind of, where he fits in the depth chart. Will the Eagles give him an opportunity if he's performing better in camp, or, do they play it safe and say, well, Mekhi Lemon's a first round pick. We're going to give him the chance regardless. Eagles going back to this. I think if the Eagles offensive line is close to it was 2 years ago, I think they will. Your last year's going to give the best thing. Oh, thank you, Davey. I appreciate that. It's going to be crazy this year. It's going to be crazy. Who's my favorite player? 500. Oh, my favorite Eagle is Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith's my favorite player on the team. My favorite guy in camp, I would say so far, just that I've enjoyed the most, is Darius Cooper. I said 2 years ago that Jurgens' injury be career ender, and you all push back. Unfortunately, you will all see this year I'm right. He was useless last year and won't last this year. I hope you're wrong too. But I mean, after what we saw last year, how can I sit there and I can't argue with it. Every year there's a player that does super good camp, but come regular season they disappear and never be heard of again. Yeah, that does happen. I agree. That does happen. But I have higher hopes for Darius Cooper than that. I feel like you got that last year from Darius Cooper. I feel like this year he's taken another step. Every once in a while, you get a Victor Cruz. Every once in a while, you get a guy that makes the team, develops on the team, and becomes a legitimate good player on the team. Why can't that happen to Darius Cooper? Why should we say that can't happen? I mean, let's give the guy a chance. Nolan Smith is going to have a big time proving year. I feel like Nolan Smith is like, I think where Jordan Davis was last year. Like, all right, man, look, you got to go improve this year. And so I have high hopes for Nolan Smith. I do. I hope he has a good year. Max Crosby turned 29 this month, but he's still got some. Oh, yeah, he's got a couple years left. Manny Bowen is a moron. Laurie wants the winner on the field. That's why Huff was benched no matter the contract. It doesn't matter if Lemon is a first rounder. Well, and he's a rookie. Like, if he's not good enough to play, that doesn't mean his whole career is over. It just means he's not ready. I'm not taking a guy out of the game or not putting a guy on the field if he's performing. No, there are different steps with Darius Cooper, right? Last year was make the team. This year is develop from year 1 to year 2 and come in and beat a bunch of veteran wide receivers out to make the team. That's what he had to do. And then, if he makes that step, the next step is play. And we'll see. But so far, so good. Nolan Smith for Ronnie Hickman, the other Brown safety, straight up younger, cheaper than Delpit. Still caught. I would want more than that for Nolan Smith. I would want more than that. It's been a while since I have long time thinking who I would pick as my favorite Eagle. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I like so many guys, but I think Devontae Smith's my favorite. I like Devontae Smith. I like his attitude, and I love the fact that I wanted him so bad in the draft, and everybody said he wasn't going to be shit because he was too small, and the guy's missed like 2 games. That's it. So I just love Devontae, and I think Devontae has been like, because A.J. Brown was there, he was kind of in his shadows, and he didn't deserve to be. You know, he should have been a captain last year, but they gave it to A.J. Brown. And, like, I feel like Devontae is a team guy. So I just like him. You know, I want Jeremiah Smith, too. Me, too. 500, be honest with me, man. 2 questions. Scale of 1 to 10. How worried are you with Lemon? Project out wide receiver depth chart 1 to 5 or 6. As of right now, all honesty, a 4. Say scale 1 to 10. How worried am I with Lemon? 4. Project our wide receiver depth chart from 1 to 5 or 6. See, we keep 6. So I think here's what I think the depth chart is right now. Devontae 1, Wicks 2, Lemon, even though he's injured, I'm going to say 3. Darius Cooper 4, Elijah Moore 5, and probably I hate to say it, but Covey 6 because of the returner. That's what I see. But I would say 4 with Lemon because it's just too early to worry because he's got a hamstring injury right now. You know, he's not missing time, like in terms of the season. If he misses like 2 preseason games, yeah, I'll be a little more worried. Clark, thank you for the super chat. 500. Can Bell play left guard? Smitty, also my favorite Eagle. I don't know. I thought when they drafted him he could, but it doesn't seem like he's in that mold too. It seems like he's a tackle. Cooper DeJean been getting burned in practice. His upper body bulking up his high center of gravity fail for a defensive back. He's hurting his ability to cover for guns and physics undefeated. Well, I bet you the bulking up is because he wasn't sure how much safety he's going to play. You know. All right, here we go. Well, we're getting ready to go into into the drills, into the 11-on-11s and stuff. So before we do that, I got a quick word from our sponsor. We'll come back and we will get into the 11-on-11s. It looks like Cooper has already made a play. So we'll be right back.
Can now do team picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sportsbook app. It is the best app to use while watching sports. Plus, the thing about it, it is really easy to use. Just pick a few player stats and lock in your lineup and boom, you're ready to go. Or if you prefer, you can now do team picks. Now, team picks is great. It opens up a ton of options, including picking wins, spreads, all sorts of things, as I'm going to show you in a second. Plus, Prize Picks is available in almost all 50 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Now, as I was saying, when you look at the team picks, they often have a bunch of different options to choose from. One of the ones that I want to touch on today is the stage of elimination for football teams this coming season, specifically the Cowboys. Why? Because this is, to me, easy guarantee, okay? This is easy. I have the Dallas Cowboys. I am taking to not make the playoffs. That's right. I am taking the Cowboys to not make the playoffs. I'm locking in that lineup, and boom, it is ready to go. I love this play. I think this is a great guarantee. And if you like this or you want to do something similar, all you have to do is download the link in the description, download the app, and then use promo code HMA when you sign up. And if you play your first $5 lineup and you win, you'll get $150 in lineup credits. That's $150 in lineup credits. All you have to do is play your first $5 lineup and win. That's right. Just use promo code HMA. Link is in the description. Shout out to Prize Picks.
All right, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. And we're going to jump into the drills. It looks like they are getting ready to start or kind of happening right now. Ellington Parks posts, Darius Cooper has A.J. Brown strong level hands. Okay, he doesn't say whether he made a catch or something. Then we got Quinyon Mitchell hurt. This is not good. Quinyon Mitchell got hurt on a one-on-one against Hollywood Brown. Stayed on the knee for a while and isn't on the field for first-team defense right now. Hopefully he's okay. Brandon Legout says Quinyon Mitchell was a little slow to get up after getting tangled with Hollywood Brown one-on-one. spent some time on one knee, not taking part on 11-11 series. Phil Castro just went to the medical tent. Depth at cornerback has had good camp. Castro Fields has had a decent camp from what I was reading, but damn, that's a lot of injuries in the corner. Yeah, hopefully Cooper Evidol, yeah. Oh no, Q hurt. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's okay. Hey Philly, how do we look at camp today? Well, we're doing it right now. So right now we're going through the drills. Hopefully we'll get something on Quinyon Mitchell. He'll be okay. Sucks that he's hurt, but he wouldn't have played anyways this week. So hopefully he's okay. At least he walked off, but we'll wait and see. He's not in on 11-on-11s right now. We got 554 people in the chat. Make sure if you haven't, hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. I don't know how many likes we got, but we need likes because the throttling is real. We got 118 likes. Oh my God, that's it? Yeah, we got to get these likes up. We need like 250. We need 300 likes before the stream ends. So if you guys, everybody just hit one time the like and we're good to go. But hit that like. Let's get these likes up. F-Man, we need Cube. Yeah, we need Cube. Don't get all worried yet, okay? Assume he's going to be okay. He walked off on his own footing, it looked like. Let's see. Still nothing. Okay, here you go. So we got Mac Williams takes Quinyon Mitchell's place with the starting defense. Mac McWilliams, okay. Mitchell is now back on the sideline. We'll see if he comes back in for next period. Mitchell is now getting stretched out on the sideline by a trainer. Quinyon got hurt on one-on-one against Hollywood Brown. He stayed on knee for a while and isn't on the field for the first team defense right now. All right, so it looks like he's getting stretched out. It looks like he's going to be all right. No, I haven't heard anything on Goddard. Not today, anyways. I mean, Goddard's had a couple good practices last week, but nothing yet. Man, I'm ready for this game Saturday. I am too. But I think Quinyon's getting stretched out. He'll be all right. Do you think Bernard gets a sack in preseason? I don't know. I'm not going to put that pressure on him to get a sack or do anything like that. Guy's never played a football game before, so I don't know. If he does, that'd be huge. Just a bruise, yeah. Hopefully it's just something small, but it seems like it's, they're stretching him out, so it doesn't seem like it's the worst thing. Let's see. All right, so Zach Berman says Jonathan Grenard will be out for at least a few more weeks per Vic Fangio. Byron Young and Arnold Abikiti get Dalton in the end zone for a sack. Both are having good camps. I'm telling you, this defensive line is stacked. It's a stacked defensive line, man. It just is. So Eagles, they get a sack. Let's see what we got. All right, that's it, really. That's kind of where we're at. We're just waiting for an update. 500. What are you looking forward to the most Saturday game? I just want to see these guys play. I mean, probably right now. I want to see the battle at the safety position. I want to see the wide receivers play. Like, I want to see Darius Cooper out there, Elijah Moore. I want to see how these guys look. Can Darius Cooper go out in a game and produce? So glad the boys are playing, though. Who was the dude in Philly that didn't let our guys practice and during the season they all got hurt? Who was it? I don't know. I don't know. You mean like recently? Dylan Jordan, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate you so much. Some really dumb comments in here today. Lemon is too small. Then what is Smith? I don't know. Yeah, they have the ability to move guys around. Smith, Lemon, Cooper will be able to be moved around. Well, I think they're going to move them all around. And I think that's the plan. No question about it. I think they're okay. I think we'll be fine. And thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, Phil, what happened to Jacorian Bennett? I believe he's still here. Just quiet. He's just quiet. Phil, okay, cool. Thank you. Jordan Davis for a wide receiver? No, I'm not trading Jordan Davis. There's no need to. All right, so Brandon Lee Gounton says, he said, second day in a row, I've noticed Bernard really drive the offensive lineman blocking him into the quarterback. He's clearly powerful. So Bernard's getting a little bit used to playing. It's good. That's good. I like to hear a little Bernard comment. Like, you want to know how he's progressing. All right. I would really like to hear another Q update though. It's been a few practices since I've heard Wick's name. Well, I think we heard Wick's name Saturday, right? So just one. Jordan Davis should play wide receiver. Okay. Texas Eagles high. Okay, you guys are fighting. You are strong. Yeah, he is. There's no question. He's got the physical ability, All right, so Q is still not on the field for 7-on-7s. So keep that in mind. Hopefully he's okay. Oh man, I'd love to see Davis on some sneak plays as a tight end. Oh jeez. Hollywood Brown has been he's been very quiet. It's been very quiet with Real International. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut. I'm just being honest. I think it's going to come down to who's your returners? Like, who are the returners? Jinx says, imagine Bernard gets a strip sack on Dak during Thanksgiving game. How amazing that would be unbelievable. But I don't think he'll be playing. Like, I think Bernard's, like, I forget what the rule is, like, in terms of keeping him on the 53. Like, there's some sort of exemption, isn't there, the first year? However they do it, they're gonna stash him on the roster, even if it's like an injury reserve thing. Inspirational Brian Pumper, the inspirational Brian Pumper is here. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Brian Pumper is the doctor, yet he can still see from afar that Jalen Hurts is not up to par. 100%. Thank you for your inspirational message about Jalen Hurts. I don't feel very inspired by that, I got to tell you, but thank you for the super chat. Elijah Moore has been Elijah Moore has been okay. I think Elijah Moore has been decent. I think Wicks has been decent. I think Darius Cooper has been stellar. And then Devontae, when he was out there, he was great. They did away with the international player for the roster. What do you mean? The league, the exemption? No, I think it's still there. Highwood making it. He's our speedster, Johnny and Covey going, all right, so who's the returner? See, because Covey gets the inside track because of the return game. So is Hollywood going to return punts? Let's think about it. You got Devontae, Wicks, Lemon, Darius Cooper, Elijah Moore. That's 5. So if you're not if the 6th guy is probably going to be the returner. So that's going to be Covey or Brown, I guess. I mean, I want Hollywood Brown to make it, but I think he's going to have to make it with special teams help. Wicks has been good. Who's your breakout? I think the breakout player is Darius Cooper so far. I think you got to give it to Coop. I mean, just what he's done to rise up that depth chart has been fantastic. All right. So Brandon Lee Gallant says, there are things about Darius Cooper's game that remind me of A.J. Brown. Obviously, a lofty comparison for A.J. It's crazy, right? Like they're talking. Even those guys are all talking about Darius Cooper. Darius Cooper is. You just can't deny what he's doing. Yeah, I think Wicks is number 2 right now. I do. I think he's your number 2 wide receiver. I think Lemon's your 3, and then I think 4. I think you got to give that to Darius Cooper right now. Didn't we get an edge from out of the country too? They got another. They got another international guy as well. Yeah, I haven't heard much on him. Oh yeah, but what's going on? We got over 600 people in the chat. How many likes do we got? We got to have at least 300 likes. We got 210. We need 90 more likes, and I will shut up about it. So hit that like button. That's what I'm saying, bro. He's smart as yeah. Let Lemon return punts if he's not going to have a big role. I like that idea. But if Lemon returns punts, then do you keep 5 wide receiver and 3 tight ends? Like, because I was thinking about how they previously done it previous years, where Covey has gotten a roster spot because of his return game. So if he's not returning punts, and let's say you give it to Lemon, then will they keep 6 wide receivers? Because I think they got to keep 3 tight ends, no? And I don't have to do more. We'll only count exemption if they waive him and he makes it on the practice squad. See it. I mean, I think if they waive him, he'll clear. I think most likely he would clear. So I think that he would probably clear waivers. If you're really worried about it, then you put him on IR. You know, he hurt his finger, goes on IR for the year, and then you stash him that way. You know, Kobe will be on the IR. Let's be real. Okay, well then who's the returner? Who's doing your return? The Eagles they put shit out there at the return game. I hate it. Every year they do this. Elliot Shore Park says that Tanner McKee with one of the nicest throws of camp, 20-ish yards in stride down the sideline over 2 defenders. Who caught the ball? We should reverse all positions for the Eagles. UR Bernard should be the head coach and play caller. Jalen Hurts at nose tackle and Elliott at quarterback. What kind of game is that? Because their name's not getting called doesn't mean they're bad. Practice and games are very different. They are very different. This is all true. All we can go on is from what we hear. You know. But I think when you look at the receiving position, I mean, there's no doubt that Darius Cooper has moved up the depth charts. Now, who's he pushing out? That's the question. What about Hollywood Brown or Johnny Wilson? I don't think Wilson could do it. I think Hollywood Brown could return punts. I would assume he can do it, and I would personally I would love that. But I want a decent return game. Let's see. So Quinion Mitchell felt awkwardly during 1-on-1s. Has been held back from 7-on-7s. He's on the sideline still just watching. So the good news on Quinion Mitchell is he's on the sideline watching. You know, he's not carted off or had gone back in the locker room. So I think he'll be all right. Who's your favorite Eagle of all time that you got to watch? Mine was Malcolm Jenkins, Deshaun Jackson. Is that correct? My favorite Eagle of all time to watch ever was Reggie White. Reggie White is my number 1. Lemon or Hollywood will return punts, but I definitely can see Shipley will be on the kick return again. He might be, yeah. But see, I think he could get cut too. But yeah, he could be. Quez is another option there. But I think what I'm saying is that whoever takes that punt return, whoever's going to win that job, could potentially take a roster spot based upon that job. That we have to wait and see. You know? Let's see here. See what we can find. Let's see. All right. Yeah, that's all I got. Nothing right now. Lofty comparison AJ is too funny. I mean, it's crazy. It's a great. I mean, it tells you that they must think highly of the kid. I want Texas Eagle to teach me about. Oh, Texas Eagles demand. Our wide receiver depth's pretty good though. Oh, I think it's pretty good too. Yeah, I agree. Elijah Moore was at training at punting return yesterday. See that's perfect. Like if you get him returning, right? If he's the returner, then you probably only keep 5 wide receivers, I would assume. Because I think you have to keep 3 tight ends. Like before in the past, when the Eagles have kept 6 wide receivers, they've only kept 2 tight ends. I think with Stowers, I think him not be ready, you're not going to cut him. He's a second round pick. So I think you got to keep 3 tight ends on the roster. So that could mean 5 wide receivers. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. They's not cutting veteran like Brown. At worst, he's still tradable off his name alone with Howie. He'll trade it for Mechie. Yeah, well, they could trade him. I agree with that. They could trade him, but I don't know that he's a lock to make the roster. Is all I'm saying. I'm not sure. You know, the Eagles. If a young kid like Darius Cooper outplays them, I think they'll move on from him. Yeah, they were calling him last year. They were calling him Little AJ or something like that. He reminds me more of Anquan Bolden. That's who he reminds me of. All right, so this is interesting because this is like part of the conversation. Darius Cooper is getting kick return reps. That's really interesting. If he can do that, he'll be a lock to make the team. Tank Bigsby, Elijah Moore, and Britton Covey and Brandon Haynes are also with the kick returners. Makai Lemon and Damian Pierce too, but not practicing. All right, so this kind of tells us who their idea for their kick returners are. Okay, this tells us right here: Cooper getting reps, Tank, Elijah Moore, Covey, Hayes, Makai Lemon, and Damian Pierce. So all those guys, well, Tank Bigsby is going to make the team. Elijah Moore is most likely going to make the team. Makai Lemon is going to make the team. But these guys have a chance to win that job. We got a battle at the kickoff returner. That's interesting. I hope Cooper wins it. Make this team. Ed Kratz says some one-on-one observations. Cam Jurgens stopped Jordan Davis twice. 2 good reps from Steen, 1 versus Carter, though both seemed to lose balance after first contact, and against Ty Robinson. Moro Ajomo overwhelms Willie Lampkin, who probably would have been called for a hold on both reps. Interesting. Lot going on in these 2 posts, that's for sure. Rocky, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Eagles reporters are the slowest when it comes to updates. I mean, a couple of years ago, it was constant. I think they slow it down because they want people like me talking about it. So they slow it down until they go on their shows or whatever. DJ Simo, thank you for the super chat. Idiot Sure Parks embellishes every pass made by a quarterback that isn't Jalen. Laugh out loud. The most he'll say is good throw by Hurts. Hurts made great throws so far. Yeah, you're right about that. You are right about that. I do remember Travis Fulgham. He was making 13 great again. He had a great 3-week stretch. But what Darius Cooper is doing is not the same thing because he's now doing it for the 2nd straight year. That's the difference. Cooper looks like Steve Smith. Yeah, I can see that a little bit. I can see it. He reminds me of a smaller Anquan Bolden, who's a little faster. Tank better, but return crap. He was terrible at it last year. Agreed. Covey going to win it? He might. I mean, I would give Covey the inside track, but I don't like it. Like I want them to put effort into making the position, like getting somebody good. I mean, don't they remember what it was like when we had Sproles? It was a huge difference, man. I love that Alistair Parks talks about Tanner McKee's great throw, and he doesn't tell us who made the catch between two defenders. It's interesting, man. It's really interesting. We've got so many dogs that won't make this team, and maybe one safety and can always have more picks. Howie Vision will strike again. Yeah. Well, I mean, like the person said earlier, like with Hollywood Brown, like they might not just cut him. If they're going to cut him, they might trade him. You know, and there are players on this team. I think the Eagles team this year is way deeper in depth wise than a year ago. I think they're deeper on the offensive line. I think they're deeper at running back. I think they're deeper at wide receiver. They might not have the top guys like they did a year ago, but I think depth wise, I think they're way deeper at wide receiver. I think when you look at the defensive line, they're deeper. You look at the linebackers, maybe they're not as deep because they lost Dean, but they're still pretty deep. And then when you look at the secondary, with the addition of Woolen, I think they're much deeper at the cornerback position. And, maybe that one safety spot is where they got to, get better. But for the most part, this team is a deeper team than a year ago. I like the depth on this team, to be honest with you. I wish I get a chance to watch Reggie White. Oh, man, it was nothing like it. Nothing like it. Evan's scared every time Kobe is back to return. Oh, yeah, me too. I hold my breath. This team is so deep on spots. Pause. No question. Let's see. Story Camp Day 10 live updates of Mojo continues. So Jomo is having a good day, according to Martin Frank. And who's winning the safety battle? That's a great question. Vic Fangio said it's still ongoing. Although I would say that based upon what we've heard, it has to be Michael Carter right now. He has to be winning it based upon the updates that we've seen. Who's the outside corner if Mitchell or Reed get hurt? What's his face? Damn it. The kid, what the hell's his name? McWilliams. He went in for Q. We should give the Commanders a fourth for Luke McCaffrey. He's a dog returner. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they would want to do that, but yeah, I would love the Eagles to just try to get a good returner. Like I feel like they don't care about it. I feel like they just throw whoever in, and we have one of the worst starting field positions in football. I would love to see that flipped. I just don't know that it will be. Let's see here. I don't know how long this practice is going to end up being because they had a long practice. The last two practices were pretty long. McWilliams and Jones. Well, Jones is hurt, so he's hurt too. But yeah, still got Bennett. Yep. Johnny Ringo season. Like Johnny Ringo, you look like somebody just walked all over your grave. Fake's not with you, Holiday. I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we didn't get to finish. Played for blow, remember? Yeah, Tombstone, great movie. Dylan Jordan, thank you for the super chat. Draft position is only part of the story. Harold Carmichael was a 7th. Antonio Brown was a 5th. Practice is where you create opportunities. Go Cooper. Agreed. I agree. 1,000%. And that's why, I was listening to McMullen. He was like, it doesn't really matter what Cooper does. When Lemon's ready to go, he'll be inserted. I think that's only true to a certain point. There comes a point you can't deny a guy if he's playing that well and if the quarterback likes him. So he's just got to keep doing what he's doing, Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Mike Pitts, Clyde Simmons, best D-line I've ever seen. Joe Donovan, best defense I've ever seen. Best defense I've ever seen. There's no question about it. People ask me, how would I compare, some of these Eagles defenses we just had, the one who won a Super Bowl? No. I've never seen a defense as dominant as that defense. Not only dominant, but intimidating. Hornswoggle, thank you for the super chat. High 500. Sorry I'm late. What are the injuries today? They were basically the same that they've been. Eagles hiring Jerry Sandusky, apparently. Is that true or a joke? Sauce Gardner is trash, shaking my head, got cooked by AJ comeback route. They gave up 2 first-round picks for him. You are Bernard flashing well today from what? Yeah, well, from what I'm hearing, what I read too, it sounds like he's coming along. He's starting to get noticed a little bit, and that's good. We've got to be very patient with him. It's good. Like to me, the whole first year's a pass. I'm not expecting anything from him. Just find a way to keep him stashed, get him out there, let him get reps and play, and get a feel in preseason if you can. But yeah, I don't expect anything more than that. We benched Campbell for Dean McMullen. Don't know what he's talking about. Yeah. Well, he said, because he's an established star player. But you're right. They did. Like if you're producing, you're producing. Every so often, a team finds a guy who's an undrafted free agent that becomes a star. It happens. Doesn't happen a lot, and I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen with Cooper, but there are signs that Cooper should get an opportunity because he's done some things well. Damn it. What was the receiver in Jacksonville? I always think of him. Was it Jimmy Smith, right? He was like a perennial all-pro with the Jaguars. He was undrafted. He was with the Eagles and cut in training camp, went to Jacksonville, became a star. It happens. Not a lot, but every so often it happens. Guys get overlooked. What I read about Darius Cooper was if he was an inch or two small or taller, he would have gone probably in the mid-rounds of the draft. But because he was an inch smaller, they didn't draft him. He got overlooked. Those things happen sometimes. Teams, GMs get caught up in things, and that's how a guy can slip. Maybe we get lucky. Maybe we don't. I don't know. But what Darius Cooper has done is he has basically earned the right to get opportunities to fight for the job. That's all he's done so far. He's earning the right to get looks, and he's got to take advantage of those. 500, remember, we have an extra roster spot due to the new quarterback rule that allows us to carry a quarterback that doesn't count against the roster. Yeah, I forgot all about that. So what are they going to do with that? You think they keep Cole Payton? Did you see Jalen Carter where he ranks top 100? A lot of people want him to play. People want to play with him. Yeah, I saw he's ranked pretty high. To those complaining about quiet training camps, Saquon, Smitty, Goddard have had quiet camps. We know they're locks for the team. We can't trust what's reported from camp. Well, when it comes to running back, right? Like, how are you going to judge a running back? It's the same thing with the offensive line. Like, how do you really judge the offensive line? How do you judge a running back when you're not hitting and you're not fully tackling? Like, to me, those positions are hard to judge. They're just one of those harder ones. Receivers a little easier, but it's hard. I'm still worried about the safety position. Do not trust Carter or Epps. Fair enough. And it sounds like from Fangio said that they're still battling. I think that's fair. I think that's very, very fair, to be honest with you. All right, Jalen Hurts, touchdown. All right, here we got some stuff coming in. Thank goodness. All right. So Jalen Hurts, deep touchdown to Elijah Moore with Andre Sam trailing in 11-on-11s. Eagles starting offense versus the backup defense. Jalen Hurts with a beautiful deep touchdown pass to Elijah Moore. Perfect throw, 45 yards deep in stride. Jalen Hurts hitting in stride. Best deep passer in the game, baby. Best deep passer in the game. So Elijah Moore shows up. That's good. Elijah Moore's had a pretty strong camp as well. I think Wicks has had a nice camp. Elijah Moore and Darius, they're all having a nice camp. Mekhi Lemon, we don't hear anything because he's injured. Hollywood Brown's been a little bit quiet. But Elijah Moore has been decent himself. Moore is trash. I don't believe what he does in camp. I don't know. I don't trash. I don't think trash. Jalen has some nice deep. Jalen does. He has some nice deep bowls. Pause. No diddy. No diddy. Definitely pause on that. Touchdown. Eagles 7. Eagles 9. Yeah. Damn. That's definitely a pause. That's like a 5-second pause. He has deep balls. Pause that mother humper. Moore was marooned on the Jets. He'll be underutilized. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. You know, I think Moore is better than anything we had yesterday. So Moore ran a double move against Drew Makuba in space. Okay, so 50-yarders, EJ Smith is saying, but that's all right. Let's see. We're looking. We're scouring. We're scouring. Okay, nothing. Darius Cooper. I'm a believer in Darius Cooper. Yeah, I'm talking about deep balls. You gotta stop with the negative after anything positive. Huh? All I'm doing is reading the updates. Makuba has a solid camp. Can't win every play. Oh yeah, I agree. If we drafted McNeil Warren next to Makuba, we would have our own version of the Legion. Yeah, I know. Look, I liked him too, man. I liked him too. DB Cooper. Did DB Cooper just make a play? I don't have anything on that yet. Elijah Moore just caught a deep touchdown from Hurts. Beautiful pass to the quarterback. And punted the ball over the facility in celebration. Been a good week for Moore. He's gotten more work since Lemon's injury and has made plays. Thought he was on the receiving end of Hurts' best pass yesterday. That's cool. So Moore's having a good day, a good camp. I like to hear that. Okay. I'm talking about the chat. Okay, gotcha. Did you cry? I did not. No, I did not. That's Mark Holmes propaganda. Do you see us trying a 3-3 stack defense to have Bourne, Campbell, and Trotter on the field at this? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're going to use 3 linebackers at the same time. I would say right now I don't really see that a lot. No. You wanted more out of college? Yeah. I don't remember where he went. I can't remember. Did we pass up on him on the second round or was he already off the table? I don't remember. Lemon and Stowers too. Oh, it's too early to tell. Too early to tell. It's just too early. So Quinyon Mitchell sat out most of recent drills. He appeared to tweak something during one-on-ones earlier in the session. Trainer worked on him on sideline, stretching out his right leg. Sound like a hamstring or a cramp or something. So hopefully he'll be all right. Let's see. And just a reminder, there is no practice tomorrow. Nothing. Do you think we get Max to play next to Carson Davis? Also, Grenard could be like Reggie and Jerome Simmons defense. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I think Howie will definitely entertain the idea. But do I think it'll happen? No. The only way I think it could happen is if Grenard is more injured than we knew. You know, that would be the only way. Is anybody subscribing to the fact that Hurts will be let go due to Coop and Q contracts being up for extension? No, not at all. The Eagles are going to have no problem extending all those guys. You look at just go look at Jalen Carter's contract and look how it's made. I mean, the way they structure these contracts, no, Howie's a master at that. I follow 15 people. Do you believe it? I do not, but I will look them up. I'm always looking to add. So yeah, any names you have, I will check them out. Me wanting McNeil isn't a shot at Stowers, even though he could have gotten him in the later rounds. Very new to the position, played. Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, I talked about McNeil Warren a lot leading up to this draft. I loved him, but I just can't remember. Did he go? He went to Cleveland in a second. Was that after the Stowers pick or before? Because I don't know if the Eagles had the chance to draft him in the second round. Because a lot of people were talking about trading back and taking him late in the first round. Keep pausing. Pause. Eagles have to pay Jalen, Q, Coop, Hunt, and Devontae next year. Well, they don't have to pay them all next year, but they've got to pay those guys. I think it's not going to be a problem. I mean, like I said, look at Carter's extension. Look how it's structured, and then you tell me that they're not going to be able to do it. They're definitely going to be able to do it. And here's one way they're going to do it. Jalen, he already tells the Eagles to structure the contract so you can sign people. Q and Coop, their extensions will probably kick in about the same time, maybe 1 year apart. Hunt and Cooper getting a contract early because they're not first round picks. You don't have that extra year. So you're going to have Q play 2 years before his contract extension kicks in. Theirs will kick in 1. And then what you do with Devontae is you draft another wide receiver in the first round. You draft another outside wide receiver in the first round. So therefore you're paying 2 first round picks, 3 first round pick wide receivers. 2 of them will be on a rookie contract for 4 years. Okay, with those 4 years on a rookie deal, you can then take some of that money and pay Devontae Smith. Howie will have all those guys signed. I have no doubt about it. Paying Hurts is going to save us cap in the immediate, so they're going to save money and push the cap hits way down. Yeah, I mean, if you look at Jalen Carter's contract, it doesn't even go over $15.5 million for like 3 years. So it's like the way they'll structure it will be Howie will structure. He knows what he's doing. Eli went 54. McMorran. Oh, see, yeah, we could have gotten him. To pay them, Saquon and Vaughn will have to be gone. We'll see. Look, the one thing I don't worry about is how he signing guys. He knows what he's doing. Mac McWilliams, first team cornerback with Quinyon Mitchell sideline. Hurts with a bullet pass to Wicks on the sideline. Wicks hold on for the catch. All right, there you go. We got a Wicks sighting. That's good. So Wicks makes a play. I'm not crossing my fingers hoping the return catches a damn ball. Covey has to make the team. The hell with wide receiver 5. Look, somebody's got to make the team at the returner. That's for sure. We need to draft our running back for the future this year. Yeah, I think you could do that in the second or third round. Be careful, Cowboys fans say they're getting rid of Hurts because they want him. Those people are so delusional. Wick's been hoping every practice, even against you. He's having a good camp. There's no question. Wicks is having a good camp. And I think that will continue. I think that since Devontae's gone down, Darius Cooper and Wicks have been the best two receivers. So, that's okay. That's what we want. I'm not mad at the Star Wars draft pick. How he's thinking long term. Carter Epps have been solid. Well, yeah, I'm not super worried about it either. First time in Eagles history that you're not allowed to criticize the quarterback. Well, Jerry, I mean, to be fair, you could say we're not allowed to criticize the quarterback, but that's all they do. So you're telling me that 90% of the people in the media are breaking the rule because all they do is criticize them. They criticize them all day long. What are you talking about? All I hear is criticism. That's all we hear is the criticism. What do you mean? People think Coop is getting crazy contract, failing to realize that he's slot corner money is not outside corner money. He'll rest the slot corner market $15 million a year. Q will be around. I agree. I think what they're going to give him is safety money. Like, I don't think they're going to do that to him. I think they're going to pay him a little more, but he's going to definitely set that slot market. But he's not an outside corner. You are 1,000% correct. He's a slot corner, maybe a slate safety, you want to say, but he's not getting outside corner money. That's not what he is. So you're absolutely 1,000% correct. And it's not going to be as much as people think. You let them criticize Jalen Hurts? I don't tell people what they can say and not. Who my God? Well, I don't tell people what they can and can't say. I believe in freedom of speech. Who the hell am I? Who the hell am I to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't say? Come on now, that's ridiculous. You got to keep it real on both sides. Covey sucked as a returner. What are y'all talking about? Grenard is out an extra few weeks. He might not be ready until the first game was reported. Sounds like we need to make that cross. If Grenard's going to be out for a while, I agree with you. Make the move. You're my guy, and don't make me your god. I would be the worst god in the history of gods, dude. I make too many mistakes. I'm too flawed to be anybody's god, believe me. 500. Next time you talk to Mark, ask him with the current roster, would you trade Hurts for Dak? I know we never would, but I know I can tell you he'll say no. He'll say no, he wouldn't, but then he'll tell you. But what he'll say, and what you got to watch, is he'll say, I wish Dak would play more like Jalen. That's what he says. Q is getting 30, Coop around 25. I don't know. What's the best slot corner make? Hurts, Cooper should get the way they should pay Cooper DeJean is not as a slot corner. They should pay him as a weapon. Like, you are a defensive weapon. We're going to move you all over. They probably should pay him more like a safety. But he's not going to make as much money as Q. Who will be used the same way Derwin James, so $25 million a year? Well, yeah, but that's safety money. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if they want to do right by him, you pay him as like a safety. I think that's fair. Yeah, right. I'm nobody, man. Believe me. And that's why we rock with you. Everybody don't think the same way. Everybody's exactly. I am not playing God with people's opinions. I'm not. You have your opinion, whatever you want, and you share it on here. I will gladly talk about it. DJ Simo, thank you for the super chat. We don't need Crosby. Please shut the F up, chat. Man, can you imagine though if you got him? Hard to be consistent when the defense knows what routes receivers are running every play. The offense relies on the quarterback making plays and the receivers just getting open. Nothing easy. Agreed. That's why I'm so excited about this offense this year. We are an hour and 20 minutes in. Are they still practicing? I didn't think it was going to go as long today. because they've had some long practices the last few days, but no updates. So I'm sure this thing's probably going to be winding down. Derwin James plays safety and nickel. Some linebacker. Yeah, Derwin James stud. Reports saying every ball Cooper gets, he comes down with just hit one over Reek again. He just did again. I can't wait to see that update. I mean, everything, they're saying everything he does. Everything, he's catching everything. They said he made Reek Woolen look bad. And even Q, I mean, he's been just that good. How he needs to make moves, we can still have playoff run. Well, I'm sure he will, you know. He did do our horn, but we were winning. Hell yeah, we are. However, don't forget we have extra roster spot due to the new quarterback rule that doesn't count against roster. But does that have to be a quarterback, though? Like, do you have to keep the extra quarterback to make that spot work, or can you be any player from any position? I always want, yeah, me too. Me too. I'd love to have Derwin James, believe me. Offense wins drill versus defense, where they had to kill the clock to hold 2-point lead. 2 Saquon's runs get the job done. Let's see. See, I assume that if Cooper catches anything, they're going to all rush to talk about it. Like honestly, this has been the quietest day for Cooper, Darius Cooper, probably in a week. You know, yeah, he is for real. Wicks or Coop on the other side of Smitty, while Lemon is in the slot. I got my money on Wicks right now, but Cooper is going to make a tough decision. Yeah, Cooper's going to make the team. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Cooper in the slot. If you have, if Lemon is behind and he's not ready to start once the season begins, I would not be surprised if it's Devontae and Wicks on the outside, and then you stick Cooper in a slot. Yeah, it's the emergency third rule quarterback. This helps us instead of carrying 3 on the roster, we can only carry 2. Yeah, that it does help. That 49er, that comes from that 49ers Eagles defensive championship. Remember the NFC championship game? I think that's why they did it. The new quarterback rules only affect for game day, doesn't affect the 53-man. Gotcha. There is reporting A.J. Brown has arrived in Philly by train and ignored Eagle fans' autographs. Oh, really? Is that true? Why is he in Philly? Top paid slot is $13 million. He's not getting 25. He'll get a max of 17. Yeah, I don't think they're going to pay him like as a safety, but they're going to pay him more. I think you're right. I think somewhere between a slot corner and safety, they're going to pay him somewhere in that range. Got to put Cooper out their first drive of the first preseason. I want to see him play. And Cooper should start in the slot and let Lemon do kick returns. Yeah, I like that idea, Texas Eagles. I actually like that again a lot. Zach Berman says, the run game is harder to evaluate in camp. It is. It's very hard to evaluate when they don't tackle. But Saquon Barkley just found holes for 2 productive runs in a 2-minute drill. The run game is a big caveat to any commentary of the offense this summer. The passing game is built off the running game. The Eagles will need, a strong rushing offense or passing offense for the passing offense to realize its upside. Yeah, I mean, we talk about that all day. And it's just hard to evaluate, like, your running game right now. Yeah, I don't know why he's in Philly. I don't understand why he would be there. What's up, Lou? How are you? That's what was tweeted by New England fans? Gotcha. Maybe he had to go back to Philly for something. Don't think they need major moves to have a deep run. Need that O line and the run game to like 2 years. Agreed. If the Eagles get a running game anywhere close, and I'm not saying Barkley has to have 2,000 yards, but if they have that run game as effective or close to 2 years ago, they're going to win the Super Bowl again. Well, yeah, I think that's basically, yeah, I think that's fair. If you're look, any team that's one dimensional is going to have a problem. Uh, that's always the case. You've got to be able to run the ball, in my opinion. If not, you become one dimensional, and it's always a problem for the offense on any team. So I don't think that's a big surprise. Barkley, the forgotten man in this offense. Any predictions of start? I think Barkley's going to have a good year. I think Barkley will have. I don't think it'll be 2,000 yards, but I think it could be close to 2,000 yards total total yards, not rushing yards. But like I think he's going to be more impactful in the passing game. I think he gets somewhere around 1,400 rushing yards, somewhere in there. All we need is 1,500 from Saquon. I think you're gonna get. I think you'll get it. I think you're gonna get about 1,400, 1,500 yards, and then maybe another 400 in passing. Barkley would definitely have 1,000. Oh yeah, he's gonna get 1,000. I'm not. Well, I know that. I mean, even last year, everybody's complaining. He easily went over 1,000. I'm not worried about Barkley. Oh, no point in running him to their camp. No, then and it's hard to judge that part of the game right now in practice. I like Barkley. I think Barkley's going to be fine. Devontae Jones, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. I don't know what the chat goobers are talking about. AJ is doing a joint practice with the Colts right now. Caught a touchdown from Drake already. Oh, so they're in a joint practice this week. Then they got one with us. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. And thank you for the super chat. However, sometimes don't you think the passing game opens the run? Sometimes, yeah, it can. It can. Like the passing game can open the running game. The running game can open the passing game. But if you don't have it, like the teams that can't do both to some level, whether the passing game you're setting the passing game up to open up the running game or vice versa. If you can't run the ball and you're dimensional, defenses in the NFL will kill you. Not shocking, Mitchell goes down and the offense is looking a lot better. I think we forgot how good this defense is good, but in fairness, the offense has been we've been hearing good things about the offense the last 4 or 5 practices. So that's it's been good for them. Let's see. No updates. Come on. Yeah, nothing. If Jalen gets 4,000 passing yards, the Barr gets 1,500 rushing yards, the defense plays better against the run. Yeah, I agree. Where did you get that, Middle Mike? Taking away strides this year, it killed us last year. We should learn our lesson. Oh, I agree. That's the other thing is like, I would love to improve our starting field position. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, some people say that Lemon does kick returns, and he may be the guy. But as of right now, how do we judge it? Because he's not practicing. So I don't know. But I think that we need to improve in the return game. Like, we need to improve that. The way the NFL is now, you've got these guys that literally they get these teams get out. They come out at the 40-yard line. They make 2 passes in their field goal range. You've got to start better field position than we have. We just do. Yeah, Quinion left practice. He's been sitting on the sideline. I'm looking for anything here. It's been quiet. Okay. If Lemon's not our third wide receiver, then he should be our kick returner. We have a great wide receiver room. I think if he could do it as a third wide receiver, I'm okay with that. You know, Cooper caught a pass down the middle for a couple yards from Jalen Hurts, making a key first down play. Cooper looks strong. The guy looks great, man. The guy has been great every day. So, what do you think the Eagles' record going to be into the bye week? Into the bye week? Let me see. Let me pull up the schedule. I gotta look at the schedule. I can't remember what week the bye was. Week 10. Okay. So I'll go 1, 2. I think we'll be 7-2. Probably 7-2, 8-1, somewhere around there. Phil, I can tell you this team can live off 100 yards total rushing a game, but can't live off 180 yards passing. Well, I I would like to think if you're getting 180 yards passing, then you're probably running the ball 100 yards. You probably have 100 yards on the ground. You know, I think they go together. No, all right, so that's it for practice. An hour and 45 minutes. That's a way heavier practice than I thought. It was a run heavy practice. Both Saquon and Tank Bigsby broke off some nice runs. So they worked on the running game today. But there you have it, an hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, I thought they weren't going to go as long. They've been having long practices, which is good. Now they're going to be off tomorrow. Well, they got a closed walkthrough tomorrow, so we won't be live in the morning. I'll probably put I'll put a video out later, either later today or early tomorrow. It's just a matter of when I get to it, like recapping the day and stuff. Uh, and if I do that tomorrow, I'll have 2 videos out tomorrow. So we'll see. Usually the whole field is what mostly encouraged about this offense. Keep the defense guessing. I agree. I just want to be able to enjoy the games and not be stressed out, have my blood pressure. No, I understand, but you know the way football goes, you're gonna have those games where you can't help it. You just don't want the offensive coordinator and the stupidity that they had last year to be affecting it. That's what I would say. It's looking like Howie didn't do so good in this draft. The only pick that looks really good is Markel Bell. But how do you know though? We haven't played one preseason game. Like you've got to give it time. You got to give a rookie time. You can't judge a rookie on 1 year, in my opinion. You can't rookie a guy needs 3 years before you can really say. But we that's way too early to say that. Exactly. I'd rather get stressed due to personnel at this point than coaching. Yeah, well, that was the problem. Was the coaching was stressing you out last year? It was me. You know, but I mean, it is what it is. A reminder: I will not be live tomorrow morning, so I will have a video out later today recapping. It'll either be out tonight or it'll be out in the morning tomorrow, since there's no practice. But we'll see. In the meantime, before we get out of here, because I know the players are going to start talking, and I want you guys to be able to see all that. A quick word from our sponsor.
What's the one money lesson you wish you learned earlier that you're trying to pass down to your kids? For all of the parents out there with teenagers, we already know you're trying to keep a million different things under control. Believe me, I got 2 teenagers myself. It's tough. Well, guess what? Cash App is here to help. Make sure your team's money and their spending isn't adding to the craziness. With Cash App card available to teens 13 to 17 with a sponsorship by an eligible parent or a guardian, every transaction triggers a real-time notification for you to see, empowering your teen to practice independence while giving you a peace of mind by keeping track of their spending. You can also manage everything from your own Cash App account without having to switch between the two. It's beautiful. It makes it simple to stay connected to your teen's financial activity in a way that's both efficient and empowering. Now, finally, no one, and I mean no one, wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, minimum balance requirements, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money. With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring, and if the card ever gets lost, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap. New Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign-up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. That's FAMILY10 in the profile and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners, prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Visa debit flex cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, and the Bancorp Bank NA, pursuant to a license from Visa USA Incorporated. See terms and conditions for Sutton prepaid cards, Sutton debit flex cards, and Bancorp debit flex cards. Savings provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
All right, shout out to Cash App for sponsoring this video. I wanted to answer this really quick, though, because Jerry said, I'm sorry you could have a high school coach. When you have a half of football without a completion, some blame has to go to the quarterback. That's fair. I guess you could say that. You could say some of the blame goes to the quarterback. But I do think it's interesting to look at the games in which he didn't have a completion in the second half. You look at them, and you have both games, he had MVP-type first halves, right? The Eagles were up winning, or maybe not so much in the Buffalo game. They weren't winning a lot, but they were winning a lot in that Tampa game. And if you look at and go back and look how many times he threw 7 and 8 times in those two games. So I don't know which game one was. One of them that came out, he threw 7 times in the second half and 8 times. Okay, so they're not throwing a lot of balls. Secondly, you got to look at when they were throwing. They weren't throwing on 1st and 10. They're throwing on 3rd and 14, 3rd and 10, on obvious passing downs. So the way I see it is you're having a coach is trying to tell the quarterback, do not risk anything. If it's not there, throw it away. And that's what he's told. So I think that, yeah, you could blame him. There's passes he should have made. You could do it. But how do you go 15 to 16 in the first half and then you can't throw a completion in the second half? I don't believe the quarterback just forgets how to play. It's what they do. It's the position that they're putting him in. That's the problem. And he only threw 7 times in one game and 8 in the other. And most of those are like obvious passing downs. And then he's trying to force feed A.J. Brown, who's complaining. So I think, yeah, you could blame him for not having a complete. You could put some of the blame on him. I have no problem with that. But the real crux of the problem goes to the coaching, because it was pathetic play calling. And that's what I have to say about that. But it's not like he 15 times and didn't complete a pass. Both of those situations came after a dominant first half. And, that was part of the problem with the prevent offense that was created. The invention of the prevent offense was a big problem for that. No doubt about it. But anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Appreciate it so much. I am going to get out of here. Players are going to be talking press conference. I'll have a video later, either later today or early tomorrow. But look for those. And then, of course, we'll be back Thursday for practice, which should be fun. But with that, we are going to get out of here. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for hanging with me. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. Game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That's on you, Dad. That was on you, Dad. That was on you, Dad.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to defend the Lamb. Trying to defend the Lamb. You trying to defend the Lamb. You got to give the Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance getting worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.